Working with Clickfunnels for affiliate marketing. Easy tutorial on how to work with Clickfunnels and get a landing page completed and working. Frustration. Everyone gets to this point when dealing with software. Even the big players. It all comes down to what you want to do and how quickly you want to get it done. This video will show you the basics of getting a simple sales pitch, squeeze page, or a landing page in Clickfunnels. The goal here is to get your customers to the affiliate offer that you have chosen to promote. For this video, I am assuming you have a Clickfunnels account, or you have joined for a free 2 weeks trial. If not, click below and get connected. Please note that a small commission may be paid to me when you join. Helps with making more tutorials. If you like, open an account or a 2-week trial. This will help you work with this lesson. Joining Clickfunnels will make it easier to follow, but is not necessary. You can watch the video and then make up your mind. So let's start. Click the Build a Funnel button where the arrow is pointing. Choose the sales funnel. This choice is the best funnel for this application. The next step is to hit the Opt-in button. This option will show all the templates available to you. Before the next step, delete the sales page, the order form, and the order confirmation. You should be left with the squeeze page and the thank you page. Next step is to scroll down until you see the Opt-in blank start template. Click on it to choose the blank template. If you are more advanced, you could choose one of the other templates available and edit it, but this way will be easier for you and you will learn how to build an opt-in page. You should now have a page that looks like this. You can now press the Edit Page button, and this will be the start of building your own squeeze page. Pressing the Edit Page button takes you to a blank squeeze page, where you will be using different elements to build an attractive page. A place where you will ask your customer for a call to action to continue their journey into a possible sale, or to join your email list, or both. You should now be looking at a page like this. Okay, if you have a page that looks like this page, congratulations. If not, don't worry. Take your time and start the video over, and stop it as you go from step to step. If you are ready to start, let's begin. This page is the blank starter template for opt-in landing page. Let's start putting the squeeze page together for your affiliate marketing promotion. As you can see, the top bar is empty, and there is a plus sign there. When you move your cursor over it, it asks to add a new section. Just click that. It will give you choices of making a full screen for your offer, or a widescreen choice. It also offers you a medium screen, or small screen. Now whatever choice you choose, it will apply to whatever section you decide to use. We are going to choose the wide view. The reason I chose that one is because it fits most of the computer screens out there. You can always change it later if you wish, but let's start there. Now move your cursor back to the blue button in the middle of the section on your screen. You can see that the button asks if you want to add a new row. For the top of your offer page, you want to put in an attention-seeking headline. So pick the one-column choice. It will then show up as an orange box on your screen. It then asks you to add an element. Click the button and choose the headline choice in the pop-out box on your right. You will see the large call to action headline on your screen. Scroll up until the blue button appears. Click it and choose the two-column choice. When I advertise an affiliate program, depending on what I am offering, I like to choose two-column sections. When you click on Add New Element, you will get the choices for different layouts. It's in that section of the screen. The named choices you see are self-explanatory. Now you have a row with two-column entries in them. After you pick two columns choice, you will see them on your screen. Choose the one or the left, or choose the one on the right. The preference is yours. Go to the plus sign, and it will change to add an element. Click on that. Choose the sub-headline icon. It will appear on your screen on the right side of the double column section. By now you should see that we are building a framework for your offer. We will complete this framework as I imagined, and then fill in the sections with the information we need. I have an idea of what I would like this offer to look like. I am now framing it up to match. You may have a different view or choice. That is okay. When you do affiliate marketing, you will come across many different looking offers and ways to make them. You could also draw it out on paper and use that as a guide to reproduce your ideas on the screen. The next step in my idea is to have another small call to action headline. I find this works best for me when I shrink or enlarge the fonts that I want to use. You will see an example of this later in the video. So I repeat the action again of adding another small call to action headline. You can now see it on your screen. Below that, I want to add a paragraph section. The steps are the same as you have just completed, except you choose the paragraph headline icon. My next step is to put in another large call to action headline underneath this 2-column row. I want to add another row with 2 columns in it like before. This time, I am going to add a button on the left side that says click to sign up. On the right side, I am going to add a box where a person can put their email address and another input box where they can add their full name. To get to the button icon, click the Add New Element and scroll down to the button icon in the form section. Now we need to put an input box on the right side of the column. Go back into the pop-out section, scroll down to the form section again, and choose the icon with the input label. The icon has a square with an A in the corner. Now we need another input box for the prospective buyer to put in their full name. So repeat the steps again, and put in another input box below the email box. Don't worry about what the box labels say, as we are going to change them to suit our needs. We are getting near the end of the page I have pictured. I now want to add a divider before adding a footer to my page. So again, you go to the plus sign at the bottom of the last 2-column section and hit the plus button. Click the blue button again and bring up the column pop-out section. Choose the single column. Go to the new section, hit the button that pops out the element choices. Scroll down to the content block section and choose the divider icon. For the last section, we want to put in a single row for a footer section. Click on the blue button where the divider is and add a single column section. Go to the last section, hit the Add Element button, and add a paragraph section. Now if you look at your screen, you have the framework for the squeeze page I had in mind. The easiest to make for affiliate marketing. If you have a page that looks like mine, congratulations! You have completed the framework section of your offer. If you don't have it quite like mine on the screen, no worries. Just go back and work step by step until you achieve a page with all the elements that I have here. It doesn't have to look like mine, but it needs to have most of the elements I have shown you. At this point you can see I am just checking to see if I have all the elements in place, and if you notice I missed one. So I am going to add it now. It is a headline element. I will start filling in and correcting information on my opt-in page. The first thing I want to fix is that there is 2 input boxes with the same labeling. I choose the lower box and hit the settings sprocket, and the input selections pops out. Looking at the titles to the selections in the input box, I choose the placeholder text and click into fixing the labeling for that element. It works like any other word editor. I just click in and type what I want to label the input box with. I type your full name here, and then click back onto the main page, as this saves the setting in the input selections automatically. Please note that it does not save it to the page until you hit the Save button in the upper right-hand side of the titles, the one beside Preview. We are now going to concentrate on entering the information we need for our opt-in page. Let's concentrate on the upper portion. Go to the large call to action headline and enter an attention-grabbing headline. There are many good headlines on the internet. Do a bit of research, and you can choose one that is associated with your product and that you are comfortable with. In this case, I want to input my thoughts on a call to action headline. Double-click on the large call to action headline and highlight the whole line. Again, just enter your title like any other word editor, and don't worry about the size or looks of it. We will be adjusting it shortly. I enter easy way to lose weight without exercise. Now I want to adjust the font and the size of the headline. I go to the settings icon, it's the little sprocket in the green selection box, and bring up the pop-out choice for that section. You can see here, I am adjusting the top margin so that I have room to increase the size of the font without it looking unbalanced. I then choose what font I like it to be. Once I see what the title looks like in the font that I picked, I proceed to where I can adjust the font size. There are different choices in this pop-out box, such as what color I want the text to be. What color I want the text to be if I make it bold. The background color can be changed here as well. We will look at the other choices in a separate video. For now, I just want to make the headline jump out, so I want to add a different color background. I move the cursor to the background area in the pop-out and click on it. When I do that, the color palette pops up, and I can choose any of the colors and set the transparency as well. I choose yellow, and immediately it shows up on the page, and I can see if it works with my page design. It does. Now when I click back on the page, I proceed to the demo image part of my 2-column section. Click on the settings icon in the orange box section. The pop-out selection elements for the image shows where I can change or add an image to that section. Now I already uploaded an image that was provided to me by the seller of the product I am promoting. When I click on the choice, it immediately shows up on my page where the demo image section is. The size is perfect for me. Note that you can change the size of the image and do some manipulation, but I will get into this in another video. For this section, the size of the photo is fine. I then click off and proceed to the small call for action headline. Click into that section to edit the title. I make the change to the title and move on to the second small call for action section. Click into that I also input what I want in that section. Moving forward, I then go to the paragraph section of the two-column element. Click into that section and change the wording to my preference, and type out the description I want in that paragraph section. The next step is to adjust the small call to action headline so it looks better. I want to make the title bold. I can do that right on the page, but to adjust the font size, I have to go to the settings icon in the blue section to make the adjustment. Again, you have choices in the pop-out, and I proceed to adjust the top margin. I select the same font I used with the big headline to keep some conformity, and adjust the font size to my liking. Now for each section in that area, I want to adjust the top margin and font sizes for a balanced look and make the opt-in page look more professional. I consider the changes, and then decide that I want to add another small call to action headline below the paragraph. The reason, as I stated before, I prefer to use the small call to action headline choice, because of the ease of adjusting the font sizes to what I want to use. You can choose the paragraph, or the large call to action headline too, but they are not as easy to use. Again, I check the page for flow and attractiveness, and find that I want to change and move a section around. If you notice that I go to the section I want to move and wait until I see the orange box pop up, and choose the directional icon to move the section to below the picture on the left-hand side. You will see an orange line appear below the picture, and that tells me I can move it there without any problems. That is what I do. The description is now below the picture. I now want to fix the right side of that section. I want to move some of the sections down to balance out the page. I go to the bottom section descriptions and pick the second one, the one that was a small call to action, and click on the settings button. I go to the top margin slider and increase the space between that paragraph and the section above it. I also move the section above the same way by moving the margin slider. You will notice that it moves both sections. The one below also moves. I decided to increase the small call to action headline above that. It contains the name of the product, so I need it to stand out too. I then check the section and see if there are any elements I want to add, change, fix, etc. I make the changes, like highlighting the description below the picture. At this point, I remember to save the page. Please save your page as often as you wish. You would hate to lose all the work you have done if something happens and the power goes out. Working down the page, I move to the second large call to action headline and make the change there, just as we did at the top of the page. I enter what I want to say and make the adjustments just like before. I now go into the blue section settings to change the color of the small call to action, so that it better stands out. I then go to the left side of the two-column section and press the Add New Element to get a button call to action that I want to put there. I click back into the button section and want to change the wording. I go to the button text area and click into that to write, "Click for more information." At this point, I want to enter the URL to the web page I want the prospective client to be directed to once the button is clicked. To do that, I have to go to the settings for the page. It is in the top header, and then scroll down to the general setting. When the pop-out appears, I go to the On Submit Go To area, and in that box I would enter the URL. A point to remember, when you input into that box where you copied the URL, and now you want to paste it, you can, but you must click in the white portion of the pop-out. If you click outside the pop-out, the URL you just changed will change back to the previous setting. This is a glitch in the Clickfunnels program. The best way, and this is what I do, I use the Ctrl-C to copy, and the Ctrl-V to paste the URL into the box. I then click on the white portion of the pop-out, then back to the page. This saves the URL in that section. Immediately after that, I go to the Save tab at the top of the page to save my work. This is what numerous users of Clickfunnels forget to do regularly. Over time, you will remember to save after every few entries. I then move across to the right side of the two-column section to add an email address input box. Once I am satisfied that the input box looks okay, I then move to the input type. I am setting what type of input I want the customer to put in the box. I click on Email. You will notice that at the left side of the input box on the page changes to email. Perfect. I am going to select a font for continuity and increase the size. Now at the top of the pop-out, I go to the Advanced section. I go to the font weight and make it bold so it stands out. I then go to the background color of the box and choose gray so that it stands out too. I make sure the Submit on Enter button is set to the on position, and then I put an email icon in the box for identification. You can put it in or not, the choice is up to you. When I am done, I close the pop-out and go right to saving the page. When I save it, I get a warning that the button does not have a proper setting to submit the form. I have to manually set the Submit Order/form when it is clicked, so I go back into the pop-out for the button and click on the Submit Order/form. If I wanted to, I could put in a URL at the Go to Website URL section, but then the information about your client, email address, etc. would be lost. Since we already put a URL in the general section of the page, we know it will go to the URL as directed. Therefore, we do not need to direct the client, it will be done automatically. Also note that the tiny label on the button shows Submits the page. We now would like to correct the input box underneath the email box. We want to ask for the client's full name. This is important so that you can email your clients with similar offers who are interested in whatever you decide to promote. Click into the settings for that input box and change the input type to full name. Change the text for the box description. Go to the Required section and make this a required component. What this means is that this entry is required, or the form will not submit when the Click for More Information button is clicked. This provides the recording of the client into your email list. I then also change the font for conformity and adjust the text size and appearance and add the icon. A quick check of the page, and I save it again. I now want to go the divider I had put in and make some adjustments there. I click on the divider and the pop-out shows the selections for the divider. I make sure the divider is centered, and I increase the thickness by picking a higher pixel count. I now move to the last entry on my page, the footer. I click into the paragraph and put in the information for my footer. If you don't know what a footer is, just look it up on the internet, and you will see many examples. Choose your preference and copy the design. My design is straightforward. You can put any disclaimers, or waivers, or policy connections there as well. Even an address and phone number if you like. I want the page to balance, so I highlight the background of the footer to round out the page. At this point I think I am done, but I want to carefully go over the page and catch any errors or misspellings or punctuation that may be wrong. We are almost done. Checking for errors was a good thing. I see an error in the main title. I accidentally wrote way, as in how much does that weigh, and not way, as in which way are you going. Easy fix, I just click into the headline and make the change. I save the page and recheck for any errors I might have missed. I can now say that this page is ready to publish. In the next video I will show how to embellish the page, and perhaps make it more attractive. I will also show how it connects to an autoresponder, and to a list builder. Thank you for watching, and if you think you would like to know more, just hit the subscribe button, and the like icon. If you are interested in getting ClickFunnels, I will put a link below this video. Cheers!